Hey there, Libra, and welcome to your September 2018 Love Reading with Divine Love Tarot. I want to thank you and welcome you to my channel, whether it's your first time or your return viewer or subscriber. I hope the message resonates for you. And if you find that it isn't, keep in mind that this is a general reading and this message is not going to resonate for everyone. If you find that nothing is really making sense for you, you might want to check out your moon sign, your rising, and even your Venus, because sometimes those planets are more prominent in your chart. All right, guys? Happy birthday to my September Libras, okay? Libras towards the end of the month, that's your time. But for now, let's get into your reading, all right? It's the love reading. So unlike the relationship reading, this can work for singles. This can foreshadow possibly someone coming into your life. If not, at the very least, the advice and the internal messages might work for you, all right? So let's go ahead and see what's going on for the rest of this month going into October, all right? The first card represents your current energy, and you've got the Queen of Wands, okay? So for some of you, you may be dealing with a Pisces or an Aries. If not, this is your energy. You're feeling confident, you're feeling vibrant, you're feeling sassy, a little bit sexy, all right, Libra? So that's nice, good, fun energy, all right? Next card represents what is challenging that, what's crossing that. We've got the Three of Swords. So some type of disappointment, okay? Something that's disappointed you, or something that's threatening to bring you down, okay? So your challenge is to not let whatever this is bring you down, okay? Let me go ahead and clarify your current energy, and we get the Judgment. So some sort of decision is going to be made, okay? Whether you like it or not, something is going to be decided. Judgment is also about how you see things, okay? So I feel like there's some clarity here about your situation. Maybe that's what's threatening to bring you down. So let's go ahead and clarify what's challenging you. Got the Six of Swords in the reverse. So definitely some type of stagnant energy, feeling like you're unable to get out of a rut, something that you're not able to move on from. All right, for some of you, maybe there is a Pisces or an Aries that you're deciding whether you want to move on from them, and your challenge is to make that decision, right? Despite the fact that it may bring great disappointment to the both of you, okay? Let's go ahead and move on to your past energy. What are you coming out of? And we're coming out of the Knight of Cups, okay? So definitely some water sign energy going on. But if not, this is romance. Maybe a romantic time, all right? Maybe someone who romanced you, all right? I call the Knight of Cups Prince Charming, okay? The Knight of Swords is like the knight in shining armor, but I call this one Prince Charming, someone who can, really charm your pants off. They're very, very, very romantic, okay? Go ahead and clarify past energy, and we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. So maybe someone who was a little bit emotionally unstable, or maybe someone who caused you to be a little bit emotionally unstable. But sometimes when we see the Queen of Cups, this can be, a cold energy. So maybe it's like a timing thing, okay? Maybe one of you was really into the other and the other person just wasn't feeling it, or maybe there was some type of disappointment, okay, despite this romantic energy, because the Knight of Cups can be romantic for romance sakes, okay? Sometimes they can be shallow because they love being in love, but they're not necessarily in love with you, right? Moving on to future energy, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So you may want to work on some things. You may want to work it out with someone. You may be even obsessed with someone or something, because if you notice, he's really focused on one pentacle, even though there's 7 other pentacles in this picture. All right. The Eight of Pentacles can also indicate like a workaholic sometimes. So let's go ahead and clarify that. Here goes this Three of Swords, but at least it's in the reverse this time. So whatever this disappointment is, you're working really hard to get over it. All right. And I feel like whatever the disappointment is, Libra, you're working really hard not to let it affect you. I'm close to a lot of Libras, and I know how you guys work very hard to keep balanced, and when there's things that are bringing you down, I see sometimes how much you fight to not let that disappointment weigh on you. Okay, so it seems like you're doing great, because it goes from being a challenge to you to something that you're healing from. It may be taking you longer than you expect, but eventually you're getting over whatever it was. Okay, moving on to what you want now. We've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I'm going to pull the clarifier for that. And we get the Temperance card in reverse. So I feel like this is a situation where maybe you guys do want to move away from someone. All right, you do want to move away. You don't really want to be committed to this person. You no longer see them as the one. You're no longer looking to find the harmony between the two of you. Maybe you feel like you don't have the energy for it. Maybe you feel like not putting the effort in, I should say, because Pentacles in the reverse can represent a lack of effort. Okay, so definitely it's like it's almost like what you want is really what you don't want. It seems like for some of you, you either don't want this situation anymore, or you just don't want the responsibility. Okay, whether you're in something, whether you're in a long-term relationship or not. And I think Virgo got this card too. It's like not being held to any standard, not being, where Earth, or Pentacles, I should say, it's about the stability of the relationship. It's about the commitment. I'm sorry, the commitment, the stability, the foundation. So when it's in the reverse, it's a lack of all those things. So it's almost like you just don't want to be held accountable. Okay. Moving on to internal factors, what has you feeling that way? And we've got the Five of Cups. So something is disappointing you, okay? Whether it's this particular person, like I said, it could be an Aries, it could be a Pisces, for some it could be a Scorpio, but there's something that's really disappointing you, and you're focusing on the disappointments versus the opportunity in the situation. All right, so let me clarify that. We've got the Four of Swords, so you're definitely feeling like you need some time to yourself. You're taking some time to reflect on the situation. You're disappointed with it, definitely. All right, whether you're kind of sad and remorseful that you have to move on from this person, or maybe just the fact that this poor person has disappointed you is leaving you sad and remorseful, and you really wish that you could have this time to yourself, even if you're not able to. All right, Libra, go ahead and move on to your advice. And we've got the Queen of Cups in the upright for your advice. So the Queen of Cups, I feel, in the upright is about finding your emotional balance, okay? And it's a more of an intuitive thing, okay? I don't think it's so much about finding your balance so that you can love outwardly. I think it's about finding your balance so that you can love inwardly. And I feel like that's been the theme for September. I mean, I've only done 3 of the love readings so far, but there seemed to be this theme of everybody kind of going inward, okay? And maybe that's just like Virgo season and the analyzing that comes with, Virgo, but it's about finding your emotional balance and your own emotional stability, because once you do that, then that does give you the ability to love other people better, right? So moving on, sorry, there's some stuff in my way. Moving on to external factors, and we've got the Two of Wands, okay? So some type of choice or decision. Maybe you're waiting on someone to make a decision. All right, maybe you're waiting on this, Aries, Pisces to make a decision. All right, maybe that's what Judgment is. It's like, that there's a decision that needs to be made. And whether you're going to make it or someone else is going to make it, I feel like that's really the main idea here. Go ahead and clarify that. Yeah, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So it's about a decision for change, okay? And with this Wheel of Fortune, I think it's a change for the better, because like I said, with the Three of Swords in reverse in the future, you are able to get over what it is. And, I think you focus very hard with the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Like, you really make it your focus to get over whatever it is that's really kind of bringing you down right now, okay? And it's a conscious decision, because I think you're tired. I think whatever it is, whether it's the person, whether it's a relationship, or whether it's just how you've been feeling for some time, You know, you're tired of feeling down and you're ready to turn this whole thing around. All right. So this could be what someone sees of you externally, or this could just be you, especially for those who are in a relationship. Maybe both of you are at that same place. And maybe that's why judgment is here, because it's time now where, you know, maybe you guys were not on the same page before, like in this past position. Now you're both on the same page that this situation isn't working, or isn't working as it is, and it's time for a change, okay? So I feel like the decision is definitely about making some changes, but whether that's the change to end the situation or change to just, you know, improve the situation, that's the real question, right? So we'll see what the outcome of this reading is. I know I did this one a little bit differently, but, you know, sometimes you just got to go with the flow. Next card represents what your hopes or fears are. And we've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like, you know, maybe you want to let your guard down. Let me go ahead and clarify that, because Four of Pentacles in reverse is one of those things that could go either way. So we've got the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So this is a fear, and I think you fear a lack of love. I think you fear opening up and not getting the love that you want. I feel like you fear opening up to the wrong person. All right, you fear opening up to someone who's going to use you, someone who's going to manipulate you, someone who is emotionally uncentered and unstable. All right, and I feel like your fear is letting your guard down finally. Okay, like you've made this decision, you're feeling good, and you're making this decision to change and maybe even open up, and then, you know, you get someone who's going to, you know, kind of take you for granted, like a Knight of Cups in reverse would. All right. So moving on to the outcome of this reading. And we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. So some of you definitely are going to decide to move away from this person. But to me, this is just more of this disappointment, more of this unhappiness, more of this sadness, Libra. So, you know, whether something happened, like, you know, something might have happened, or something happens in September that really tries your you know, your efforts to be this Queen of Wands energy, okay? If you're not dealing with an Aries or a Pisces, something really challenges your confidence and your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself. And the fact that you're trying to be upbeat, you're trying to be positive, despite whatever these disappointments are that are coming from your partner, or just, you know, the fact that maybe you don't have a relationship if you're single. All right, so let me go ahead and clarify this Ace of Cups, and we get the Eight of Wands in reverse. So it could be a situation where you've been, you know, played before, where you thought you were falling in love with someone, things happened really quickly, and then when the dust settled, it wasn't really love at all, or you were left with someone who wasn't quite what you expected, and so it's kind of a disappointment. You know, the Eight of Wands is in the reverse, so that can indicate some stagnation also. There is a lot of stagnant energy here going on with you, Libra. So even though you are fighting the negative energy, you need some type of passion. You know, and that's what the Queen of Wands represents. It represents a spark. It represents, you know, like a jolt of passionate and creative energy. So wherever you feel like you can find that, Libra, I think you need that, because there is something that is like, and I think it's been going on for some time now, definitely holding you back, or weighing you down, keeping you from feeling free and airy, which is your nature. All right. And it's causing you to be very, very sad. All right, whether it's a disappointment or if it's just a general remorse and sadness, and you can't seem to focus on anything else other than this sadness and how you feel. All right, so you need to figure out how to get that spark going, whether it's in your relationship or whether it's just within yourself, because we need to get that emotional balance back, okay? We need to tip the scales back to some more fun and loving energy versus this just sad disappointment. Okay, you see how this Queen of Cups, like even in this particular deck, even when the Queen of Cups is upright, she's still sad. Look at her, she's sad. So she's in the reverse here. She's like, this is bad. The Queen of Cups is in the upright in your advice. So definitely it's about turning that sadness into, I don't want to sound cheesy, but gladness, you know, trying to find your happy place. All right. It's not up to, even though someone may disappoint you, that sadness is, it's for you to determine how long you're going to be sad and disappointed. And you determine that by making a decision, or a conscious decision, no matter what the factors are, to stay in a situation or to stay with someone who disappoints you and leads you to the place where you're feeling down and sad. It's like a daily reminder, right? If you're single, and you are trying hard to get over a past situation, it's like you got to get out and find things and find new ways to get some spark and energy and passion back into your life, because it's time for a change, okay? Whether something is going to be the catalyst to that change, whether it's an Aries that's going to be a catalyst to that change, or a Pisces that's going to be a catalyst to that change, but even externally, okay, even in external factors, if you're in a relationship, the person that you're in a relationship with is trying to make a decision and bring some change about. So definitely you're at the precipice of no longer being able to stay in this stagnant state. Okay, guys? So that has been your love reading. I'm sorry that you're sad if you are sad. Or if you are disappointed, because it seems to be like a very, very heavy energy as far as that, you know, and in so many different positions. It's like, yeah, you know, like I said, because I know, and I'm close to so many Libras, I can see, you know, when it's just like something's weighing you down and you're trying to fight it. But, you know, if you don't have something or someone who can support you and kind of help, you know, balance you, you know, we all want to help mate. That's what relationships really are about, right? It's not about someone who completes you. It's someone who complements you. So if we don't have that complement, sometimes it can be, you know, that can in itself can be sad for some of us, but you have that capacity to balance yourself, Libra, because you do, you know, you are represented by the scale. So if anyone can find their balance, it's you. All right, guys. So that has been your September reading. Guys, let me know in the comments what's going on. You know, for some of you, there could be a Sagittarius that's disappointed you, or there may be a Sagittarius that you're looking towards to be the catalyst for this change. Okay, but I don't think you want anything serious with this person, or you're not ready for anything serious, I should say. Not that you don't want it, but you're not quite ready for anything serious with this person, and you definitely don't want to rush into anything. I'm sorry, that just popped out at me. I realized that I missed the Sagittarius placement. So, all right, guys, let me know in the comments, and I will see you at the next reading. Bye, Libra.